So what were you excited about, Susie?
The Star Club and loyalty rewards. I mean, we've had loyalty rewards before,
Yep.
but now that we have Star Club and a way for somebody to earn money like right away, quickly, and it's a very easy concept to share and explain to somebody. And that's
Yes.
over and above everything else that we already have. That's just, a nice, easy thing for them to grasp, which I love.
Right in the beginning, because in the beginning, what I love about it is, so when we got the Prove It challenges, we could make good money. But now this is for any kind of an order. And it's not PV, it's $150,
Right. Mm-hmm.
which I love. It's easy for people to understand. And if they bring in 3 people, how much do they make?
$75 the first month. And then as long as they have their 3 every month, they get $50, as long as they have their 150, and then they share it with 3 other distributors that do 150. And the thing that I like is, if you want to compare it to, you've got these Costco's and BJ's and Sam's Clubs, and it's an annual fee. It's a one-time fee to join the Star Club of $49. You can kind of put it that way. It's just an easy concept to explain. I love that.
So think about somebody who even comes in to use products, and you upgrade them to a distributor if they can find 3 people. And if they can get those 3 people to continue ordering every month, and those 3 people, just find 3 people to stay as loyalty members, their stuff is all free, and they're making extra money without even trying, which is so amazing. That's awesome.
One of the things I think is an easy thing to do right away is, if you have any current members, that have been doing the loyalty rewards and have been, purchasing $150 a month, those are definitely the first people you want to contact about upgrading to a distributor with the Star Club.
Well, then you can combine that referral program with that. But
the referral program has some bumps in it. So
I need that explained to me.
Okay. Because we've talked about this quite a bit in our senior team, that they cannot use it on a loyalty order.
Wait.
Is this a give and take, the $10 give and take?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You're better off letting them just bring in some friends, because this is what Chris Cash says, is you can't use it on a loyalty order. It has to be, and there's no points on it, and you lose your complete differential. It doesn't matter if you have a $300 order or if you have a $100 order. On that first order, you completely lose your differential. So
benefit.
You're better off using the Star Club, is my point.
But the thing about the member referral, though, is that's something that you could use with, like, say you just have somebody that wants a basic H, or they just want a product. That would be a good person to have them use the member referral thing. So that way now you're getting into their contacts, because they're wanting to share, if they share with other people. So then it's just a way to get new prospects with your current members that aren't purchasing large orders.
Yeah.
That's how I see that.
Yes. But the person that they bring in, if that person only does a $100 order, you're okay. Well, you still lose $5 on it. But you have to, I think that the STAR program personally is going to be a better thing. There's a lot of discussion around that right now. There's a lot of discussion amongst the higher, because you don't want to give the store away. If you're good at sharing the whole Shaklee story with them, every order after that you get. But there's something about not being on loyalty. I personally have not studied that much. As soon as I heard what I did in our regional thing, I'm like, okay, there's better ways to get people to share. So That's just what's out, but it's all over their website. So if they use it, they use it. If they don't, they don't. I would not encourage use of it at this point unless it gets fixed. That's what I'm hearing from everybody. So, okay. Again, that's just my opinion. Let's talk about something that's better.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I think along with what Susie was saying is the app. I think for new people, the app is just so amazing because you can do everything on your phone. You can even send samples on your phone. You can track who sees what they're opening on your phone. You know, you can send videos. I posted a video on my group from my phone. I mean, you can do everything on the phone. It's just so great. So there's a lot in there to learn, but I think it's really, that's a powerful thing.
Yes. The samples are really cool. I love that. And hopefully they're going, I don't know how soon it's going to happen, but they'll get to using points, like our points as leaders, which is phenomenal because then it's a freebie that we're getting, but we don't have to pay for. They're getting to that point. It's not there yet, but you can't mail a protein sample. Like when we used to have those individuals. Sorry, there's 2 guests here. I should make somebody else Julie, can I do that to you? You understand Zoom well enough, right?
Yeah.
Can you watch that waiting room? I'm going to make you a co-host.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just did.
Okay.
Thank you, dear.
Sure.
I forgot where I was. I'm still coming down off the weekend, forgive me.
Samples, Nina.
Samples, yes. So remember when we used to have the individual packages? To mail that today, it costs more than that, $4.95. It's $3 or $4 to mail it. And then we were paying $1 something for the samples. But here you just have to put their names. Well, there's some little issues with that yet. And I just saw Ann and Susie, you guys were talking about that. Do you guys have iPhones?
Mm-hmm.
You do. I thought it was just an Android thing. So when I was on the, I brought that to their attention a couple of times, and apparently I thought it was just the Androids, but they haven't fixed it yet, apparently.
Yeah, what I'm finding is, you know, because you watched the video, and I was watching the Power Hour today, and one of the things I was following along with them, and they were showing this pie chart. I don't know if anybody else seen it, a pie chart post that you can do of, you know, where do you get your nutrition? So I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I started doing, I'm like, I was stuck because, and as soon as I set up the app, I saw where you were supposed to put in all your usernames for all your social media or your social sites. So of course, with the last name like Wodarczyk, it takes me a while to type all these in, all these profile names, and it didn't save. So
Mine either.
We should not have to enter those in manually.
But-
I didn't have any problems with any of that. I went onto the app today when they were talking, and I was able to share it to my Instagram thing, and I did the whole thing. I haven't typed in all my, because I went in and set up my profile and did all that stuff, put my picture, all the stuff in the app, but I hadn't set up my usernames in any of those things. But I was still, what I did was I downloaded it first to my pictures, and then I went into my Instagram, and then I uploaded it into Instagram. I didn't go directly from the app to that. So
Right.
that's about it.
But we're
That's what
supposed
I've
to be
done.
able to, right? We're supposed to be able to upload it with that verbiage they have and then add our own hashtags or whatever we want at the end of it. And right now, I didn't do the settings like Susie did. I just did it and it didn't work. I didn't save. But I did do it like you did it, Leslie. I downloaded it and then uploaded it. And I was able to share it to Instagram just without even having it attached yet. But it only shared the picture. It didn't show the verbiage. So then I had to go back and copy and paste that. It shouldn't be that cumbersome. It should be boom, boom, boom. Here we are, share.
Yes.
I went and put my own verbiage in it, so I just didn't
Well,
know.
me too.
So,
I mean, I want to add to theirs. I like
Yeah.
some of their stuff, but I want to add to it. And there's no
Yeah.
way to copy and paste what they have. You have to retype everything.
And I
once,
did
you,
it.
once you get all your things in that settings, go in there and fill it in, then it might be a little bit easier.
I tried. I want to save it.
Okay.
I did it, and I used their verbiage, but I changed a few things. But you have to kind of copy it twice. You have to push copy like twice, and then it's kind of wonky. But I was able to do it. But I
You have
didn't
an
put
i-
on my,
you
I
have
didn't
an
put on my Facebook name in there or anything. It just kind of, maybe because I'm an Android, maybe it's different.
Yeah, and maybe
don't
because
know.
it's already connected, like our accounts are already connected through our regular Shaklee page. Maybe it like grandfathered them in or something. Because
So
I was
when,
already connected.
when Kimberly did it, she had absolutely no problems and she could post to stories. And I tried it and I couldn't go to stories, so I had to download, and it's like, okay, big deal. I did download it. So I know that this app is new, and I think it may have been a little premature because they were working like nuts the day before yet with a lot of issues. So again, have patience with it. I think that, you know, we were expecting everything. Remember our website, you guys?
Ah,
Thankfully, that part's working good, right? So, but I believe it will come. And I'm hoping that from here on, all of their social content will be available in one place there, because it still isn't. So that's what I'm meaning. It's taking time to work out a bunch of their, just like their Saturday thing or Friday thing.
I feel so bad for them. Oh my gosh. They had have been,
Did
you
you
know,
guys
it's so stressful.
see Rogers Shackley Effect Friday night?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you poor man, you look like you're totally wiped. I felt for him, and it was a screw up on the company they'd hired. So anyways, okay. What else from conference does somebody have questions about that between all of us we might be able to answer? Or what did you think was the best? Would you like?
One thing I did notice in when they were talking about Meology, that a person can get free membership with Meology with a $60 order, but in order for it to be a star customer, it still has to be a $150 order. So don't get those two things mixed up.
Yes, yes. And I'm going to encourage you to not use Meology with your good customers. Let them share it out, but don't use it with your good customers, because they're already trained in Shackley. But go back to all of the deadwood that we've got and use it with them to see if you can revive the dead and the new.
Has
Go ahead.
anybody had anyone join with pick Meology? Like with the cleanse, with the Meology like we're supposed to have? Has anyone tried that yet? Is that available right now?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. So you have to
Is it
have a
working?
website. Yes,
I
it
do.
was working. It
Okay.
was working.
Okay.
And I don't know if everybody caught that. You have to have a Shackley PWS to be able to do Meology. And it's on the front page of every, if you've got one, you've seen it's on
Yeah,
your
but
page.
you don't have to have a Meology one.
No, you have to have a
A
Shackley
Shackley,
website.
right. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what one you have. You just need a Shackley website.
And now they did, you still should be sharing it from your business page, right? Sharing Meology rather than sending them to your PWS.
Well, if they go to your PWS, if you just give them your PWS, it's the front page of it.
Mhm.
But if you share I would not be sharing links. I would only share your entire website,
Right.
because that way it's tied to you. Anything you click on in there.
But people that are already members, would it be better just to, and I would think,
Julie, can you keep muted except who's talking? Go ahead.
I just remember them saying on one of the meetings that we should share it from our member page or distributor page if it was somebody who's already a member of Shackley.
Okay, so somebody was just on the Meology meeting. Who was there? Susie, you were there?
Sorry. You're talking about the power hour?
Oh, I thought you were just on the Meology thing.
No, I was talking about the
Okay.
power hour that took place at noon. I wasn't
Yeah.
able to watch it at noon, but I was watching it after, and that's when I was trying to.
Okay. I thought
The
somebody-
event tonight did not happen.
Okay.
The
Okay.
event tonight, right now, the event tonight, they just put a little FYI in there. It wasn't clear. They didn't have it in the description. But tonight was the first day they're going to start uploading information for us and then taking like frequently asked questions and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
the live event was not a live event.
Was not a lie. What I would encourage you to do, if you have a spouse or a child or somebody have them that is a member, somebody that's very close to you that's doing it as an experiment, to try it. Offer them your website. Send them your website. And I mean, I got a notification of people who've done it already because it's on the website. And the other thing that you want to ask them to do is make sure that they share it with you. Okay? Because you do not, it's not like Health Print. And I said, why can't we have that? And he said, because they're actually sharing medical stuff. So if they want you to see it, they have to give you permission.
One of my distributors did the Meology, and she processed it through. She was on the event. I guess I didn't know she was even on the event. We tried to connect, but anyway, somehow she was.
Okay.
And she ordered the Meology. I got an email from Shackley saying that she was in the process of filling out the Meology, or that she had filled out the Meology. So I got an alert to that.
Yeah.
And then the order processed today, and I saw the order. So
Right.
you'll see the order of what she's getting in the Meology, I think.
So has anybody on here gone and done the Meology themselves? I know, Carol, you have. Okay. So, and does everybody know that you can take stuff out or add stuff into that order? That's
Yes.
what's cool about it. And that's why when somebody's going through the exam, if you ask them, you know, I would love to go through it with you before you set your order in, so I make sure that you understand it. So they can see everything that's in there. And if they want to finish it on their own, they can.
Now, I have a question since you were on the pilot. Once you have set up the Meology, like I did my Meology, does that, I don't think I put it on auto ship because it was an experiment for me. I wasn't quite sure.
Check though, because I all of a sudden got a second one and I didn't want it.
That's why I'm asking this. And then also, let's say somebody wants to make changes after talking with us and discovering, oh, I forgot I really should have added this and that. Can they make adjustments to the Meology?
Yes.
How do they do that?
I wish I hadn't canceled my, so I could have gone on there, just where it says customize.
All right, so I have to go and check mine.
Yeah. So Connie, you
I read
have,
one thing on there about Meology when you're walking someone through it. If you want to be able to read their results, there's a little check mark at the bottom to make sure that they check yes. Because if they don't check yes at the very bottom, we won't get the results.
Yeah.
We'll know they did, but we won't get the results. So if
Yeah.
we're walking someone through and we want to be able to help them, we need to make sure that they know about that little box to check yes, and you can explain to them. But then you'll see the results and you can help them.
and what we've been told, because it's not real conspicuous, that if you get, like Carol found out that one of her people were doing it, and if they want to discuss it with you, but they didn't check that, they can forward the email that they received to you. And then you can still do it with them. So, Connie, you've unmuted a couple of times. It looked like you wanted to say something. There you go.
My puppies were making a lot of racket. They were playing, so I wanted to mute. And I was having a hard time trying to figure out whether I was muted or unmuted, so I didn't disturb everyone. But my understanding is this correct, Nina? When we share the Meology, if a person does not have a personal website, they cannot share it. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You cannot unless you have a website.
Okay.
Because if you go to your back office and you share that link and you do not have a website, you're sending them to Shackley.com.
Not to your upline, because a couple of my distributors do not have a website, and I didn't know.
So then I would have them use yours. And what I said to somebody that wanted to do it, and don't have a website and they're not sure they want to do it yet, I said, then use mine, but let me know you've sent somebody there, because if somebody comes in and does sponsor, because they get a free membership at $60 as well with Meology. So if that happens, we can always change their sponsor. It's just a phone call.
Do
Okay,
new distributors,
thank you.
the new distributor kit, that includes 3 months of a free website for the first 3 months still, right?
Yeah. It's
All
a-
right. I just wanted to make sure of that, because when they said what was in the kit, I don't remember them, reiterating that remained
They
the same.
didn't go back over that, but that's been there for ages. So
Right.
I can't believe they took that away. They added
Right.
stuff to it, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're also giving them 3 credits for samples?
Nana, is the
Yes.
Pickmeology like the other picks? It's just a one-time offer for $159.
No, so what that does, it adds
Cleanse.
it adds that to it. If you go that way, then your little packages are going to be totally different. So that part of it is $159, but then you've got your additional stuff in a different package.
So it's just so I have clarity. The Meology challenge is the 159, and it's the additional whatever the Meology comes to on top of the 159.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you.
Which is a lot for a new person,
Yes.
in my opinion.
Well, it depends.
Yeah. You're right. It depends. It depends.
I mean, if they were like me and because I have so much already and I was doing it as a demo, I picked a very minimum amount to go into mine. They have to do at least $60
Right.
to
Right.
do the Meology. And I think that's pretty doable. Even if a person gets just a few things in there, like the Vitalia, calcium, Omega Guard or something, which are the things that people are familiar with,
Mhm.
vitamin C.
Yeah, they can bring their order down and then encourage them to get protein with it.
Yeah.
So, any other questions on me?
I had one distributor that she did hers, and her assessment revealed that it was basically Vitalizer, but it was costing her like $42 more to do the Meology rather than just the Vitalizer.
Was it in like all the different pill forms?
Yeah, it was just kind of, she's used it so long, and like we all with Shaklee, we kind of already know, but it was very interesting how that worked out. And she said, basically, they're telling me I need exactly what I'm taking, but I'm getting it all in Vitalizer, but it's costing $42 more to do it through
And I
Meology.
guess I would like to see that printout, because just because it says Omega, how much Omega is she getting in the 2 packs?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll see if
Getting
I
the
can get that.
you know what I'm saying? She's getting the combined B and C, because Dr. Jamie said there's a couple of places where you'll still get the B and C,
Mhm.
the sustained release like we have in the Vitalizer. Because if somebody comes up with just Vitalizer, I would like to see that.
Yeah,
I would
I'll
like
see.
to see what her printout is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to
Okay.
get
And
that.
Nina,
Yes.
I thought they said that the Meology in the kit would be replacing the Vitalizer, and that's why it would cost the same amount.
That's
that.
what I'm saying is I don't believe that it's the same. Maybe she does. Because maybe
Okay.
they had her, think about this, Ellen, if they said calcium, that she needed calcium and they're giving her a full dose of calcium, you do not get a full dose of calcium in the Vitalizer. Right? You don't get a full dose of, I don't know how much Omega was in her thing.
She is on my team, so I'll get a printout of it.
I would love to see that, because if that's the case, Although I've heard that it is more expensive, and that's why they're telling us not to go after our normal customers.
Well, I think you're right, because, we've got a lot of people on Life Plan. We've got a lot of people on Vitalizer and Vivix plans. And all of us have been doing this for so many years. Of course, it's going to take a lot of pressure off of us. I think that's what's wonderful about the whole thing. I mean, now, especially new people, they can just share the app to a brand new person for the assessment. We have been doing it old school for so long, figuring it out for people.
And they also said on our test thing that some people are going to like to continue and have the packs for the convenience. They're going to pay more. But most people will switch to buying their products as bottles or as a vitalizer or the different. So it's an introduction is what it is. So, okay. Any other questions on that?
All right, two, maybe these were already answered. We're the only ones that get to have the Meology until October 1st, correct? The people that were at conference, or does every distributor have it now?
Anybody that has a website is on there.
It has it right now.
Yeah.
I thought it was just conference people. Okay. And then,
But I think that conference people are the only ones that can order it up till October 1st, which is 2 days. But it's on everybody's website.
But then after October 1st, distributors cannot order it?
Everybody can then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and then if people have already done a Prove It Challenge the old way, does that prohibit them from doing it this way with the Meology?
Yes, they did say that the Prove It Challenge, if you've done the Prove It Challenge before at the 159, you can't do, it's just one time.
You cannot. Okay.
Correct.
Just wanted to know.
And I wanted to also share, because you guys had asked this before, how you change your Meology is once you do your assessment, I'm going by my website. Now, since I'm logged in, it says that you could either retake it or view your personalized plan. Also, when you go to the member center when you log into your myshackley.com on your website, on the top right corner is your Meology plan. So you could click on it there as well. But when you were asking if you could change your plan, so I did the Essentials Plus, and as you scroll, you can see that it's got like the little toggle over here. That's how you would
Turn it on.
you could change it like next month if I wanted to change it. You see how it has a little toggle, and then I got a lot on here. So, okay. Then these are like other recommendations that these weren't part of my Meology, but I could add this to it, or I could add LifeShake, or, these other things to it. So yeah, you can, that's just an example. I wanted to show you that you can customize and change it.
Susie, where did you find that? I'm on the app now.
So did you already do your Meology?
Yes.
Okay. So, well, you know what? I actually since I'm logged in, obviously on my phone. So when I went to my website and I clicked on for me to take the Meology thing, it knew that I already took it. So then it said to view your personalized plan. Do you see that?
Yeah, actually at the very bottom, it said your Meology plan. I got it.
Okay.
The very bottom on the left, it said view my Meology plan.
And speaking of which,
oh, you're gonna make me run and get mine.
I got to get mine early since I had a new distributor last month. So yes.
Yes, me too, Susie. I got mine.
I was waiting for them to make it official so I could do, my video and everything.
So when you are on a computer versus on your phone, it's when you open up your.
Well, I noticed after I did Meology, and now when I go onto Shackley.com and I log on, it's like up at the top right. It says, it's like my Meology plan or something like that at the top right. So now I haven't personally clicked on that, but I'm assuming that if you click on it, then that lets you
I just did
customize
on the phone, and it came up with my whole plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a
They-
question.
Really good. Just to let people know, it's really clear for your customer or distributor. It's wonderful. It explains everything. In addition to what they explain in the box, it's also on here like I have Max, I've got Osteomatrix. It explains in detail. And I get questions a lot of times from my customers, really unsure, not understanding, and this solves that problem.
And then there's another click that even brings you more information
No,
on each one of those products.
There's no changes to Shackley Connect, right?
What?
The
Nina?
Shackley Connect app did not change.
Well, no, they updated the Shackley Connect. If you have the old Shackley Connect, you want to
No.
take it out, delete it, and then install it again. I
Hang
asked,
on to it for a while, Ellen, is and if you wanted to do the social media stuff, then get the new one. I have both of them on my phone yet because it's easier at this point yet to use our old one.
So the one we just downloaded a few months ago is not the one we need to be using.
I was told not to,
That's your
but mine is saying
So
different.
you got a,
The old one doesn't have all the social media on, so I have both of them on my phone.
okay, but they're both called Shackley Connect. We just get the newest one.
Yeah, it just updates it.
Yep.
Oh,
So-
okay.
I love it. I think it's great.
One is Shackley Share and one is Shackley Connect.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Shackley
I have
Connect.
a question. Does it, when you get the Meology and you go through the assessment and you order for the first time, does it automatically go on, whatever they're calling it now, not auto ship, but rewards?
Loyalty orders. I'm going to say yes because I opened my computer this morning and I had it shipped to me again.
Well, and also I think that they Jeff, in one of the calls, he mentioned that is, they're defaulting things to loyalty rewards for everybody.
They
Like they're having
changed
it.
that back again because that created
did
a
they?
huge debacle. Yeah.
Oh.
Because all orders were going out as loyalty orders and
Oh my.
Well, that's not good.
so that's been changed.
Oh, God.
Okay,
Boy.
but for right now, it is automatically renewing. So if they want to change it, they have to go back in and
The following,
tweak it.
yeah. When well, you know what? And I'm sure I got a notice, but I get so many notices every day of auto ships, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to them, other than the ones we know we have to take care of. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah,
So,
but what you just said, if a person does wants to do a one-time order, because I get those, they want to order whenever they can make their order. Their orders are automatically going to be made in auto ship?
not
Loyalty?
anymore. That was for a little period there.
It's stopped.
Yes.
Okay. Oh boy, because I could just hear.
Yeah, that's why, I mean, we all get notifications of all of our people. So if you do an order for somebody, you know that. That's what alerted me
yeah.
of it.
Yeah, but I don't do it for everybody.
No, but I got an auto ship that came through for somebody that orders $300 worth of cleaning products twice a year. And I saw it come back through and I'm like, Hokey Pete, this is on auto ship? And then I remembered when that happened. So, okay. Other things that people have questions or like from conference. Yes, Leslie.
Did anyone ever hear about how, I know they're giving us 3 credits with our bundle to pay for, to help with the thing. Is there going to be a way for us to earn credits in the future, or will we either be paying or they'll be paying for the samples?
I think you have to buy 5 at a time right now.
Okay.
I think
And at
when
$6,
it comes-
at $5.95 a piece?
Yes, they are working towards using our loyalty points for those. So that will happen eventually. And we're just starting with the shakes for samples, but we're going to end up with other products and samples, which is cool.
Stress relief.
Yeah, which is cool.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So I don't know what the other ones will be. Other comments or questions?
Well, I'd like to make a really great comment. In the, I forgot what they called it, in the rooms where we were interacting with the
Zoom.
court in the Zoom, they were fantastic. Unfortunately, couldn't do them all. That was my big problem. But I went and did the one with Joe Carden with the pop-ups, which are like, it was fabulous. It was so informative. And I took pictures of his slides because being what we're doing, Nina, these pop-ups, these 20-minute pop-ups to do with someone, I think can be really invaluable for us to incorporate in Vitality. And he went through the format of it. So if you weren't on there, Nina, I can send you my slides.
Well, I know that all the workshops are going to be made available to us as soon as they pass legal.
But that wasn't recorded. It wasn't a workshop. It was in the other thing, which was
In the Zoom.
It was in the not the
Expo.
It was in the expo, and they were not
Oh.
recording it because I looked to see if that little red recording was up
Oh.
there, and someone asked, and they were not. It's a shame. We all were like, "Are you kidding me?" The invaluable questions in IT. I was on the IT one, and in the one with Joe with the pop-ups was just invaluable.
So then Carol, being you know Joe, he's your regional guy. You should ask him to do that on one of our Wednesday or Monday mission calls.
Oh, I'm
Because then
sure.
everybody can benefit. Everybody knows what a debacle the whole technical part.
In the
of it was.
meantime, I took notes. I took pictures in my notes of the
Okay.
slides, and also I've been working with Joe, so I know
Yeah.
the formula. But I'll be happy to ask him.
Ask
you know.
him for his slides. Ask him for copies of his slides. He'll share them.
Oh, absolutely. No, no doubt.
And just share them in the group, and I'll share them in this other group too. So cool.
Michelle Lyons did a presentation all about pop-ups, and hers is on the Shaklee TV. In fact, I think it was on that Meology page tonight. I think that was Michelle Lyons. It was one of the people on there. One of the Zooms was about the pop-ups, and in our back office, there's a whole thing about how to do a pop-up. They showed it, like how to check it off, how to plan it, how to do it,
Saw
what to
that.
take down, and everything gets off it. It's only in our back office or wherever it is nowadays.
Supposed to be on the app too, but I'm not able to find it yet on there.
Did you guys see that the app has a lead capture area?
No, I did not see that.
Yes, that was another little bug too, because when I went to my settings for the lead capture, and if you go to, and I'll show you guys how to find it. When you click on your picture up here,
You guys, if you go
Yeah.
up to your top thing and you hit where it says speaker view, you can see your phone bigger. In the top right-hand corner of the thing, if you hit speaker view up there,
Are you in Shaklee Connect or Shaklee Share?
Shaklee Share.
Shaklee Share. So when I go
Okay.
to, no, I'm okay. Wait, I don't want speaker view. I want gallery. Okay. So now I'm
somebody
echoing.
take their speaker off.
And we want speaker view.
Who's got speaker?
I'm getting rid of them. Sorry. There, now
Okay.
it's just you.
All right. So when you're in your Shaklee Share app, up at the top, when you click on, if you didn't already put a profile picture, it's just going to be like your initials and a dot. And then this is where you can, where it says my info. If you go in there, that's where you could add your picture and all your personal information. And then underneath that, where it says share options. So that's where you're going to find the lead capture and then the social display. So I've been going in and I've been clicking on lead capture and turning the toggle on and turning on the phone number on and going back, and it'll say that it's on, but then I'll go back into my profile thing, and then when I go to share options, okay, now this time it's staying on, but I've turned it on before, and then I go back and later on it's turned off.
So is,
Mine just turned off. I just did exactly that.
If you go to a different screen, Susie, and come back on, that's when it'll be off. If
Yeah.
you just go back on, it does that to me too. So it's not working.
so is the lead capture supposed to be, I'll get rid of my face. Is the lead capture supposed to be for leads that we put in there? Are they supposed to be adding leads into it?
I'm not sure. I just wanted to turn it on so that way, however this app is supposed to work, that I have all the bells and whistles working.
Yeah, yeah. I think that they should have a Mission Monday on just the app to answer questions.
You know what? I have to mention this if it's not been mentioned regarding the samples.
Yep.
Because I was on the expo regarding the
Yep.
samples. They will only send out to people who are in the Shaklee database with you. So if you have your leads who are not members in a different database, they will not go to them yet. They're working on it. They're working, but you have to enter them into the Shaklee leads.
And I think that's what this is about right here, Susie, that we have to put their information in and then it holds as our leads. Yes, Ruth, you can unmute. Where are you? Can you unmute, Ruth?
Sorry, talking to
There you are.
myself.
Okay.
Once you put somebody in there as an address to send a sample to, is there any way to edit it if you make a mistake?
I think you,
Because I've been sitting here trying to figure that out, and I can't figure
Because you
out
made a
how to
mistake
how
on
to go.
somebody?
The only way I see to access the addresses or the contacts is when you're trying to send a sample. But if they're already in there, you can't.
so you guys, lead captures if somebody comes to your site. So go to your website and type one of your kids' names in there and see if that shows up as a lead capture if they're not members. Because visitors are going to be required, so it's not something we put in. Visitors are going to be required to enter their names and addresses before, I got a black spot on my phone, before what? To web pages you share. Before gaining access to pages that you share. You can also require additional contact info below, like their phone number. I think address is going a little far if they want something. But you can't send them a protein sample without having an address, right?
I
So
added somebody who wasn't a member just now and sent them a protein sample or, a life sample just now. And they're not a member.
So you got their name and address in here somehow?
When you go
By sample?
when you go to the recipient, you can go and add them in there, and then you select them.
And where does it save?
It saves when you go in to hit recipient. Who do you want to send it to? It goes in there, so you can find them in there. That's why I was wondering if you could edit it if you make a mistake.
Well, maybe you can on the website. Do you have an Android or an iPhone?
Android.
Oh, so they fixed that. Cool.
Ruth,
Yes,
are
you
you
couldn't-
the person that was not a member? Do you have them in your Shaklee like leads or contacts on your Shaklee site? Really?
No.
In
She
the back
just added
office?
them there.
Huh.
And you couldn't send, did you buy a bunch of credits already?
No, I didn't know. See, I
So then
didn't
you
know I
didn't
was
actually-
supposed to, and it charged my credit card. As soon as I hit send, it charged my credit card.
Oh, interesting, because nobody's supposed to be able to do that yet.
Oh, well.
Maybe
Is there a
that's
charge
one
for
of the
shipping?
privileges you got for attending convention.
Is there a charge for shipping?
Just,
No,
well,
That's
no,
included.
it's just that one fee. That's it. Whatever. I converted it to $8 for me Canadian, but it must be $5.99 from you.
Yeah, which is actually the cost of protein and the cost of shipping put together. But they get that really beautiful piece with
Right.
it.
Yes, it's really, and this terrible thing, why I'm so upset is I put her email address in wrong, and that's what I realized. And so I shoot, because she's supposed to be getting emails from this too, right? And I put the wrong email address in.
You know what I would do is I'd call, because it's go and look on your, like in your back office on your computer.
Yes, maybe I can edit it there. Okay. Because if
Although
I
it's
edit it there, it
something-
should be okay.
With members, the only way supposedly that you can change an email address is calling in.
But she's not a member yet. She was just retail, you said.
She's
Or-
just a,
So
Yeah,
in your,
so
in your
we can
leads,
go, we have access to this here on our back office too, do we?
Well, a lead is a lead, so you can access it from here or from the back office.
Oh,
she
okay.
should be in your leads. I tried adding somebody to send like during the webinar, I was doing that live, trying to send a sample to somebody. So it accessed my phone contacts while I was doing it to send it to someone. And then I clicked the person I wanted to send to, but I had forgotten that I had already had her in my back office. So it wouldn't add it because she was already in my back office leads. So double check to make sure they're not in your back office leads, because that's not an error on the app. That's a user error on my part.
Yeah.
That I didn't realize she was in my leads.
Also, when it, at least on the Apple or iPhones, it'll search your phone contacts, but you have to have their first and last name, a valid email, and a mailing address for it. Because I just did someone and I only have her email and phone number. I don't have a mailing address. So you have to make sure that you have that in there. So I guess kind of a step to do, like say if you meet somebody in the grocery store and you get to talking. And so if you want to add them, you'll probably need to add their information in your contacts first and make sure you have their mailing address, email, first, last name, and then you'll be able to send them a sample. So
You're saying add them into the contacts of your phone, where Ruth is saying, no, just put them right into the app.
I put it right in, I put Sydney, right, when it said,
Right under the sample part.
right into the sample, where it hits send, and then it says recipient, and then it comes up with this screen. I don't know if you can see.
Oh,
here.
okay. Yeah, I did. Yes.
And then you hit plus, then it comes up with add all of their information. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Mine came up a little bit different on the iPhone, because when it said, when I went to search, as I searched for somebody I knew was not in my Shackley leads, but she's on my phone. So I searched for her, and then that's when it came up. Let me bring it back up again so I could do the step by step. Okay, so when I searched for her, this screen comes up saying to search on my phone contacts. So when I click on it, and then again, I had to search for her again on there because I didn't have her full information. Okay, and I click on it. Come on. Oh, well. Oh, all right. So now I don't know how to get to it. It's like when I clicked on this and I found her, and then it said that I needed further address information, which wasn't there. Then when I clicked on it again, then the page came up where I could add the contact info, but now it's not doing it. So let me see
Plus
what
on the bottom. The plus on the bottom, either out of your app or your phone. So you have to start by the protein thing, and then it says to send, and then you hit recipient. And then that brings you to either your phone or your Shackley app. And if it's not there, then you can add it. The plus on the bottom. It's going to take some playing with that. It's going to take some playing with that. I want to ask you guys a question. Is giving out samples the way that you have always gotten new customers?
Only in the beginning. Before we had the internet, I did think.
So
However,
what do you play on instead of samples now? What do you use?
The 100% money back guarantee.
I think that's so important. You know, we used to do all the cleaning buckets, and it was such a pain in the,
I know.
and then we gave out all kinds of samples, but I'm going to be honest with you. I want you to think about this. It's cool for the right people, but I'm not going to be giving out $6 samples to everybody to try and build a business. I think there's a lot easier ways to do that. And planning, thank you, Barbara's sitting there shaking her head, yes. And she's a master coordinator. So, it's finding their needs. It's asking those questions and finding their needs. And if you come up with somebody that, let's say that you come up with somebody that says, you know, I'd really like to try that protein this time, but I have not had good luck with protein at all. That person, I'd send a sample. you know, or if they've got a friend that like, but everybody can do what you want. I don't know, Ann, in the last 5 years, how many samples have you given out?
I gave out youth samples. I did a little VIP kit to people. It
Yep.
resulted in a couple people buying the kit, but not reordering.
Yep.
So, you know, I think people that invest their own money in things will be more likely to use them, first of all, because I've given so many samples over my life. It's like, oh, here, try this, and then it sits on their shelf. They don't even use it, and I wasted money. So
Yeah.
if they invest their own money in something, they're going to use it for sure.
I agree with that totally. Ellen, how many samples have you given out in the last 5 years?
Well, in the last 5 years, not a lot, because after we got the plant that was so terrible, you know, and that's all we could get, I lost so many LifeShake customers. Oh, I shouldn't be saying this on the recording. I'm sorry. But anyway,
It's a truth. Now that
yeah,
the
it is
plant's
true.
good.
That is true. That was just not a good choice.
Yeah.
But I'm with Carol or whoever said, you know, our products have 100% money back guarantee. You cannot tell with one sample.
No.
And, you know, I just had a person call me a couple of days ago, and she said, do you have a sample of your vitamins? Because the Vital E, I just, you know, it's just too much for me to swallow. Well, you know, I got on with her and explained the Citraboost and other things. Yeah, I just don't like that. Samples is okay once in a while, and I like the idea of this one that, you know, because I love the shake, and I'd like to send a few samples of that to people that have not used the new one.
Yeah, that were protein users before.
Because I lost a lot of LifeShake.
Yeah, I have somebody who was he wanted the protein, but he didn't need vitamins because he eats good. And he just kept complaining about how he felt. And so I went against my better judgment and I gave him a cart of Vitalizer. Because I know if you do protein and Vitalizer together, in that week, you're going to feel a difference. I don't know if he even took them. He said to me, I didn't really feel any different. So I gave him I don't even know how much a cart is worth. $10?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
As a sales leader, it's somewhere around there, maybe $8, I don't know. But I'm like, why did I do that? It's the easy thing. It's a way out instead of, so I've done it on and off, but I've never been happy when I've done it. But what you just said, Ellen, that's a perfect thing because we lost our protein business.
Yeah.
We lost our protein business. Protein used to be my #1 selling product. And it's way down the list now. I sell way more Vitalizers than I do protein.
It wasn't even just the plant. It was that stevia.
It was
stevia.
And even the one without the stevia, I had. Anyway, what I want to share with everybody, if they haven't seen this already on the app, for the samples, you can send an email. You can request their address information if you don't have it. There's a place on here where you can send them an SMS or an email, and you can say, hi there, I want to send you a free Shaklee LifeShake sample. All I need is your address. Just click on this link and fill out your information. I can't wait for you to try Shaklee. Try the LifeShake. So you can do that if you need to get people's addresses.
Yeah.
And then you're not wasting your money. You know, if
Yeah.
they don't respond, you're not going to waste it sending it out.
But the other thing that I'm going to say is that through the years, it has always been about the other person, right? It's always been about what can I do to help you? What are your needs? Finding that need, as Roland always says, find how you can find their hurt. Figure out how to help make them bleed. Because when you get to the part that really hurts, you've got somebody who's going to do anything that you tell them to do. Any start. Because you have got their heart. Once you find their pain, you've got their heart. You've made that connection then. And that's what is so important to do. When we start pushing samples to sell product, I think we get away from who we're supposed to be in this business. Because this business is run with the heart. That's my opinion. You guys can do what you want to do. Okay, I'm not going to go ahead.
The one thing I will say about the sample moment, just because of other Facebook or social media posts that I've been seeing of other businesses, is the ability to offer a sample and have an easy way to ship it is a way to get new prospects that you wouldn't have otherwise. Because
Mhm.
people like samples. I mean, like, so, I mean, that's one thing that I see that's a value of the sample moment is through social media. Like, okay, so today, first 5 people that send me a message gets a free sample.
Yeah.
Now you're getting people that you would have never had before or ever met before, if it, you know, especially if you have like a story or something on a public page.
Yes.
So,
And I know Jessie Lee Ward, she has sold $173 million in her organizations in the last 5 years. 173 million in 5 years. She got into network marketing 5 years ago, and that's the amount she sold. She's a social media queen. I don't know how many people could keep up with what she does. And she will be doing lives while she's packaging up products, but she charges a lot of people for those little samples. You can pick the flavors you want, and she ships them out, and I'm like, hokey Pete, what a life. And other people use it as a draw. But again, I want you to think, because everybody's been here for a while. I think everybody has been, because I don't know everybody on here tonight. But I want you to think about, how have you attracted the people that are your best customers? How have you attracted them?
It depends if you're looking at now with social media, and for those of us who are old.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the past. How did you attract your best
I
customers?
got one of my best clients from a sample of the PM repair from Enfusel at a fair. And now she's half Shackleyized. And she is an
Okay.
auto ship loyalty rewards member for over 10 years or whatever. Consistent. And now her daughters are using the Vitalizer.
Okay.
She came from, I mailed it. And she picked up a postcard that I had a postcard. If you like this, contact me. So
Okay, so you didn't even have a conversation with her.
No, I never even had a conversation with her.
Okay, that's abnormal. That's abnormal. And where's your best customer from the past come from? Think about some of your best customers.
Socially, people that I knew, have relationships with, that trust me, that listen to me, that respect my opinion. Those are my best people.
Yep. Yep. Barbara, who are your best customers? Can you unmute?
Socially.
Relationships.
Yes, social
Trust.
And if I may, I just want to compliment everybody on this program tonight, because you've all offered so many wonderfully wise and work suggestions.
Yeah.
And if I may, I'd like to talk about the protein versus the Life Shake. We all changed to the Life Shake as soon as they came on board. I, for one, thought, well, this is great, because then they have a complete meal. What so many of us found is that they weren't reordering. And of course, when we talked about it, they were wondering, this is a lot of money, and is it really working? And whereas when I started people on the protein, they knew what they were getting. And I am one who firmly believes that for people to really understand how change happens in the body, the protein is absolutely key. Think about it. When you build a fire, you don't start with a big log. You start with the paper and the kindling. That's the protein. And it is
talking about the energizing soy?
Yes, energizing and instant.
Instant.
For those
Yep.
who have diabetes, the instant. They're both wonderful, and they're both extremely versatile. And so I made it a point of telling people, of course, if you want to start with a Vitali, I would not say no. However, what I really want you to understand is how you build healthy cells, how that cell requires that protein to renew and rebuild. And so I just made it a challenge for me to want to talk about how important the protein is and that anybody can love it. Because if they start with just a small amount and are willing to, and understand the fact that every cell requires that protein. So it's not about tomorrow, it's about the future. And you start where you're comfortable, you can learn to love it. And in fact, I kept a record, and all the people that I introduced to the protein would say, 99% of them said to me, Barb, I cannot have my orange juice anymore without the protein in it within a month's time. So that is just some, and the other thing is I just recently wrote a program where I put down the cost for the protein 1 time a day, protein twice a day. The Vital E, I never start people on 2 because I want people to get the result sooner rather than later. And I found out just by sharing it with a person, and when I followed up with him and asked him, how did you get your results? And it was with the Vital E. He was already doing the protein. And he said, I guess so. And I said, Herb, can we talk about this? I said, you know, I know from all my years of taking Shaklee that you should have gotten results. And so I said, tell me what you were doing. And he said, well, I started with 2. And he did the 2 Bs, and he started with the 2 products. And so I said, Herb, would you like to find out if I'm really giving you the straight goods on this thing? And he said, sure. So I said, would you do me a favor and take 2 Vital E with each meal, and along with 2 B complex with each meal, and just for a period of time, and tell me your result. Well, when I talked to his daughter, the first thing she said to me is, Barb, do you know my dad was talking to a friend of his about Shaklee, and he said, what he said to him was, and if you're going to start the program, you have to take 2 with each meal of the complex and the Vital E. And so today, I tell people, I don't want you to start with 2. It's not that you can't, but think about what that 2 is. It was designed because it eliminated scurvy in sailors. Is that what you want? Or do you really want to have optimum health? And so that's part of my conversation with people. But I really do work at getting them to do that. And the other thing I found out is, and with this program, I have some other papers that I put with it, of course. And but anybody can come in, be introduced to this program, and with this program that I put together, they have the cost, they have the options, they have support papers, and it's wonderful. And so, what was I excited about telling you next? But anyway, it's a program. Oh, I know what it was. What I find is that people, because of what I've included with this, I put in 120-day health assessment.
Yes,
So
we used to always do that.
Cells are made within 4 months. And so that's there. And then I have some explanations on it. And I have the health appraisal. And so everything's complete. And the thing that I found is that people, and then I have another appraisal that I give them once they've done 2 months, is when I really find that people are saying, hey, Barb, I checked off a whole lot less check marks on my 2nd month. And I said, well, that's good. That's just what you were supposed to do. And that tells you it's working. And then I say to them, by the way, I have another health appraisal that's more in depth. Would you like to just, sometime when you're sitting with nothing to do, take that one, and we'll talk about that. And they never say no. And so that one has when somebody says they have a headache, then there's Shaklee products that tell them what they should be using for it. They have another health challenge. So that then inspires them to move on, and then we have a conversation about, well, would you like to move from 1 protein drink a day to 2? And so I find that by the time they go through that 1 month, they are all in. Then I can talk about the meal replacement and the vitalizer, those kinds of things. So it's
follow-up, relationship, follow-up.
And all positive.
Yeah.
Negative. So
No, and you know, it's so funny you say that, because I know when I sold all the protein was after the 180. I still continued with the 180, but then when they made that change, but I used to always say to people, it may not taste good. It may not taste good. In fact, I'm going to tell you, when you started it, you probably won't like it, but you got to figure out how to make it your best friend. And by doing that, people would always come back and say to me, man, I was expecting this to be horrible, but it's not bad at all.
Great.
So, but none of us did that with the Life Shake. We're like, oh, this is so amazing, so amazing, so amazing. And they're like, are you serious? So thank you very much, Barb. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hey, Barb, could you share those health assessments with us? That'd be awesome.
I will, if you allow me to share the whole program with you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I would love that.
I'd be happy to do that sometime when it suits.
Thank you.
And I saw Connie on here at some point, and she and I do a lot with the 180 program. And we have a wonderful support system for that. And that's never been a problem. But it's just those Life Shakes that, you know,
when they change when they change the 180, and it's you know what, I can't remember who said this. Oh, the gal who's teaching our classes right now, somebody said something about cost, and she said, do you think that it's expensive? Because that's why you have people making objections. If you do not believe that Shaklee is expensive, you won't have those objections coming through. But what you shared with us is how you get people to be lifetime customers.
Yes.
That's what it's really about. Because if we have to always go and find new customers every month, it's going to be hard. So thank you. Anybody else have some words of wisdom to share here? Some questions. Your biggest takeaway from conference. What you're most excited about doing.
Well, I am very, very excited about the app. I'm just like you. I want to learn more about it. So I'm looking for a tutorial, but I just saw something. I think they do have one. So anyway, that's going to help.
Where'd you find a tutorial, Ellen?
I'm sorry.
Where did you find a tutorial?
I've been looking at so many different things because I've got people that are texting me and asking me questions. I think it was on the actual app.
Okay. I want to commend you, Ellen, on I am seeing what you're doing, and I am just like, wow, look at this lady go. I'm so excited for you. You're doing amazing.
Well, you know, this ATM is just amazing. If you can get, my issue was that I was struggling with people, you know, unless I didn't know that you have to get them to physically say yes. You know, they'll say things like, go ahead.
They have to accept, and then they come there and it says, who invited you?
Yeah.
If they don't fill that in, they can't get in.
I know it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I'm working on that.
Yeah. So I had a gal today.
I've got a lot of things that I'm excited.
I had a gal today that I was having a conversation about something totally different. And she's used a product here and she's used a product there. But she started talking about finances and a need. And I just said to her, you know, I would love to invite you into the community and show you how we're doing Shaklee. It's so different than what we did in the past. And she said, so we had more of a conversation, and she said, wow, that is so interesting. I would love to come and check it out. So I may have my first new business builder from there, which is exciting. So any other questions or comments?
Hey, I just want to say my dad is loving the comp plan.
Your dad is loving what?
The comp plan,
Oh,
compensation plan
I'm sure.
from up high. So, and he's loving all this whole package. The doctor's signature is right on it, and it's amazing. So
Well,
really
yes.
love it.
I love how, and I'm sure a lot of you have been around for a while, love how at this conference, everything they introduced, they have Dr. Shaklee kind of sprinkled through it, right? A lot of his saying, everything they brought out, our new marketing girl is a class act. She's amazing. And I love the fact that Roger has so much respect for Dr. Shaklee, that the way that everything that he's bringing in from there, I just, that gave me, I don't know, and we are alone in that. We are totally special and different than anybody else there. So, yes, Mary.
Nina, are you going to be adding any of the like the referral thing, the new referral thing that Shaklee put out into the Vitality page or group community?
I'm going to put the new Star Club, I'm going to put that in there, but
The 10% off and bringing 10% in. I mean,
you weren't on in the very beginning, were you?
So I'm sorry, what?
Were you on in the very beginning when we were?
This meeting, no, I had to take care of some.
Okay, so we were discussing that, and I want to get more of the actual facts. Anybody that comes in with that, you completely lose your differential on your first order. And I want to find out how, because how that's going to shake out. It's really up in the air. So that's why I have not put anything about that in there yet.
Okay.
Okay. Because I think sharing the Star Club, they get $25 for every person that they bring in. Doesn't that sound better than 25? Doesn't that sound better than 10?
Yeah, but the person I was talking to didn't want to hear the business end of it, but she was willing
That's
to
not
listen.
business. That's not business. Oh, but they have to be a distributor to get that, don't they?
Right.
Yeah, but somebody in the beginning mentioned, I forgot who here, had a great idea that, you know, you pay a lot at Costco for a membership. It's like $60 a year just for the basic. And what do you get for it? You spend more money. But for $49, they can get for lifetime availability to make $25 when they bring somebody in with one of these packs.
And what they get, the free credits for the protein, and they get free website, and they get that cool water bottle, and
yeah, so it's a different way to approach it. I love that idea.
Yeah, that's true. So it's not in there, Mary, but you can always share the link off from Shaklee.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
TV. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I have very mixed feelings about it. And I know that Shaklee's doing it, but I don't want it to hurt new people. That's what I always look at. I mean, yeah, I make good money. I can afford to do that. But I look at the new little person that's coming in, and they're expecting, so if you have a new director and you take away that money from them, does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I always think about the little guy.
I didn't realize that it was coming out of the other person's pocket. I thought it was just a promotion Shaklee was running.
No, it always has to be paid for by us. Just like all the loyalty points are paid for by us.
Right.
So And I understand the loyalty points, and I think that, you know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for the customers. But I always know, that's why I love this new upfront money, because for new directors, the loyalty points take a lot out of their income. And
Not necessarily. I have people ordering more now because of it. I have people who are now ordering other products that they didn't normally get with the loyalty points. So they've actually added to their order something different.
okay, that's not been the general rule in my business. And I run a 15,000 PV every month between the two businesses. So I don't know if everybody else has found that they're always buying new products. You can encourage it, but if they've got 100 points to use a month, you lost $100 of business. And that may sound negative, but that's why when I talk about this $10 thing, protect the new people. That's what I'm looking at. Because, I mean, we're making what we're making, but the new people coming in, you want them to get the Star Club. You want them to get their customers are going to use loyalty points because they're going to get loyalty points, because then that new director or new builder makes more money if they go on loyalty orders, right? So, but that all has to be paid out of their income. That's where it's all coming from all the time.
Yep. Nina, I just want to say the loyalty rewards has actually encouraged, I don't have a business like yours. Mine is half of what yours is. But I have found now my PGV has gone up because of the loyalty rewards. I have people who are now more on the loyalty rewards auto ship because of the loyalty rewards. And they have to order 100, is 100 PV a month? 150? They have to
It's $100 originally, but I think you want to.
Yeah, $100 a month. So they're putting in a pretty decent order, and as I'm finding more consistency and people just starting to really wake up to it. And for me, that's building my business, having the consistency, which I didn't have with many people.
Okay. Okay.
I found that too, that I've got more people who are adding a little bit more to their orders so they can get the loyalty program and
So they can get it, yeah.
What I've been encouraging them to do, because they've already made the commitment, is to, what are things would you like to try? So a lot of them are ordering things that they wouldn't have bought, like a skincare. They're more expensive because they feel like it's a treat.
So it definitely helps. The loyalty is definitely helping get better and more consistent. And that's the whole thing behind. And now that's why they brought out the Star Club, is because they want consistency. They want people to be stuck like we used to be. Because we had a 17-year track record that was our average customer, was 17 years. And it's changed. So they're trying to get that back again. So
Nina, you said that this $10 member referral thing comes out of our bonus, and the $25 comes out of our bonus, but that's not been the case for
anybody that does it. You completely lose your differential on the first order.
So that's what you're saying about the bonus, but it has nothing to do with the $25 thing, because that's never been the case. As far as the Prove It Challenge.
Oh, no. We're talking about $10 referral thing.
I'm just combining the two to make sure that that's a separate entity thing.
Yeah, they're totally separate entities. Yeah. No, any of the Star Club money is strictly, that's new money from Shaklee.
Yeah, I'm not being able to see any of the FAQs for that $10 thing yet.
Oh, well, it's been in our senior leader regional thing. That's where there's been tremendous amount of discussion about it.
The $10 is coming from us?
No, you lose your differential on that order. So if they put in a $100 order, well, you lose $5.
The referral.
Yeah. Yes, Barbara.
There is a glitch and the company knows that. And so we're just recommending that people do not use that program
Thank you.
until the glitch is
Until it's fixed, yes. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I was saying to Mary that I don't really want to put it in Vitality right now.
right.
Because, yeah,
That's a good thing.
yeah. So that's coming from the masters. There's a glitch, don't use it yet. So, okay, now we got it from the head. But use the STAR program. That's huge, huge, huge for new people. It's huge. So, I mean, when you think about that, and then they get all the money on top of that. If you think about somebody, if they get the other kits, the Prove It challenges, instead of just $150 order, think about getting 3 Prove It challenges in a month. They get $150 back, plus they get $75 back. Because you can double dip on the Prove It challenges. $225 back, and you have to order 150.
Isn't that only if they become business builders?
If they well, you get it on anything for the 3. So yeah, somebody has to become a distributor. They have to upgrade to distributor to get any of those bonuses. Otherwise, it always goes to sales later if they're not a distributor.
So if this $10 referral thing's not working yet, is that not active on our webpage right now?
No, it's
For members?
active. They're saying, don't
Yeah, but if members are already seeing it, how do we
I
get to?
know. So talk to them about the Star Club and said.
Yeah. Well, I have a new person that not new person, but she just did the pick challenge for the first time.
Mhm.
And I'm talking to her tomorrow. So I was going to offer all that stuff, but now I'm not going to mention that $10 one at all.
No.
And just go right to the Star Club and become a distributor with me. Yay.
Well, and think about it, Ann. She's a pick person, so she's going to love the pick. So if she
loves it.
Yes. So if she does 3 picks, she'll get $225 back
Mm-hmm.
if she upgrades. Yes, they have to pay their own shipping, but big deal, right?
Right. So 3 new people on the pick program gets her $225.
Yep, because you get the normal 150 plus 75. And then if she gets those people to do the same thing so they can basically get free product, you see how that can grow?
Right. Mm-hmm. Just
Yeah.
nice to have those numbers real quick in my head here.
Yeah. So, and that's what I think we need to focus on is the good that's there and leave that other stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm looking on the Shackley app, and there's nothing on here that I could find on the Star Club.
There is. Oh, no, I actually had to go to the events page.
I'm talking about the app, the Shackley Share.
Mm-mm.
Not in the Shackley Share that I could find.
So use your computer, Carol. Go back to what you used to use.
Yeah, go on the events page. The events page has the whole FAQs.
I'm sure it does. Yeah, I was just curious.
You know what? I have to wonder, it might be, I haven't looked at all the videos yet, but we didn't mention about the Learn section. It's on the bottom, the little graduation cap. And you got the videos getting started onboarding. There's 7 courses for that. And then 2 courses of getting to know Shackley Share. So
pretty amazing what's in there.
Yeah. So
what's her name? Tiff Vin helped get that all set up and organized. So
even the resources for the virtual conference launch that's in here, there's just a lot of resources we can have for social media now. It's amazing.
Mine's not working. The Learn, the Learn. I just checked the Learn, the courses and lessons. Nothing is loading. It's
really
well. It takes a little while for it to load, Carol. I know that from when I did it the first time. There's 2 main courses in there, but the one has 7 lessons in it, and they hope to continue adding into that. So somebody that's new can look at that.
It's empty.
Wow, and actually there's all right, so first I clicked on it says getting started onboarding, 7 courses. when you click on it, then each course has
Courses.
multiple lessons. Yeah, so launch your business, 4 lessons, connect, 5 lessons, invite, 4 lessons. I mean, so there's
you
a
know-
lot on here.
You know what's
Right.
really cool with it? As they complete a section, you get notified.
Right.
So it's pretty amazing what they put into that. So that is called a business in a box for sure.
Misses in hand.
Yes, yes. And we'll all get there, right? It's a new learning curve for everybody. Completely new learning curve. Yeah, but it's all so exciting. It's all so exciting. Any other questions?
I was just looking at the learn section too, and I like it because it tells you how long it is. So there's like one's only 3 minutes, one's 5 minutes, one's 20 minutes, so that you can, you know, look at it and go, oh, I've got 3 minutes. I'm waiting for the kettle to boil, make my tea. I've got 3 minutes. I can watch that. So you can do it in between the bits. You know, I'm letting the dog out. I'm standing there waiting for him to, you know what? I can watch a 3-minute video.
Yeah, but they're good videos too. So it's like, oh, let me watch the next one. Let me watch the next one. So, all right, guys, we are over time, but I'm hoping that everybody feels good about conference and you're ready to rock and roll it. And I will see part of you tomorrow night.
Not everybody. Thank you.
Yes,
Good night,
thank you
everyone.
much. Have an awesome night.
Thank you.
A
Night.
better
Thank you.
week.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
Good night. Thank you.
Yes, somebody had a question?
Yeah, I did. I was just wondering off subject from what you guys